Development ng Islamic banking and finance, halal hubs at iba pang usapin ang ating tatalakayin kasama si Attorney Arifa Ala, ang Assistant Governor ng Bangko Sentro ng Pilipinas, at si PEZA Deputy Director General Alim Siddiqui Gyapal. Magandang araw po.
Magandang araw, Aljo, at sa ating mga manonood.
Opo.
Magandang umaga, Aljo.
Opo, hindi naman bago itong Islamic finance and banking para sa mga kababayan nating hindi pa ganoon kaalam kung ano ito. Maaari nyo ba itong ipaliwanag, Assistant Governor Arifa?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Aljo. Tama kayo na hindi bago ang Islamic banking in the Philippines because in fact, we have the Al-Amana Islamic Investment Bank of the Philippines since 1973. It is one of the oldest Islamic banks in Southeast Asia. Just to give a brief explanation on how it operates, basically the business model of an Islamic bank is about sharing of profits and risks. So that's the fundamental Sharia principle that all Islamic banks and Islamic banking units should meet. Ang ibig sabihin nito, if you place your funds in an Islamic bank, you become a partner of the Islamic bank. Unlike in the conventional bank, when you place, for example, a fund in a deposit account, a debtor-creditor relationship is created. In an Islamic banking institution, a partnership is created, and the clients and the Islamic bank share in the profits and risk arising out of investing those funds, Aljo. So that's the basic business model of an Islamic bank.
Ano po ang initiative ng ating pamahalaan sa pagpapalago ng Islamic finance, DDG Alim?
Aljo, magandang umaga muli. Magandang umaga sa ating mga taga-subaybay. Katulad pa po ng nabanggit ni Assistant Governor Arifa Ala, unang-una po ay yung access to financing na nandiyan po yung ating batas, yung Republic Act 11439, kung saan po nagtalaga ito ng mga mandato kung paano po makapag-rehistro ang mga local at foreign Islamic bank dito po sa Pilipinas. Pangalawa po yung Republic Act 10817 kung saan po nagtatalaga naman ng karampatang adikain na yung ating export at our export board sa halal ay makapag-compete sa international market. At sa pamunuan po ng PEZA, isinusulong po natin yung pagtatalaga ng pag-create ng halal hubs sa iba't ibang parte ng bansa at sa iba't ibang parte po ng ating mga rehiyon.
Sir, may nilagdaan na Memorandum of Understanding ang PEZA at BSP ukol sa financial inclusion. Ano po ang nilalaman nito?
Tama, Aljo. Nung nakaraang taon, 2021, lumagda po tayo ng Memorandum of Understanding kasama po ang Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Nilalayon po nito na magkaroon ng opportunity na mai-promote yung Islamic Bank. Kami po sa PEZA, we are one of the top and premier investor promotion agency at nakikita po natin na isang venue na ma-develop yung investment sa Pilipinas ay sa pamamagitan ng pag-welcome po ng investment coming from the Middle East. Sa katunayan, meron na po tayong cumulative export na tumatalagang $22.8 million mula po sa United Arab Emirates. Pangalawa po dito ay yung promotion din ng sukuk, kung saan sa ibang bansa ito yung ginamit na vehicle to infrastructure development. Particularly, kung familiar po tayo sa Luxembourg, ito yung kanilang ginamit na machinery. And pangatlo po yung market access kung saan makikipagtulungan po tayo na may promote itong Islamic banking and finance sa ibang bansa at madala po yung kanilang registration dito sa Pilipinas sa tulong po ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
To Assistant Governor Arifa, may mga specific na issuance ba sa BSP para palaguin pa ang Islamic finance, ma'am?
Yes, Aljo. When the Islamic banking law was signed into law in August 2019, shortly thereafter, specifically in December 2019, the Bangko Sentral issued two important key implementing regulations. Ang una is the circular number 1069. Nandoon po sa circular na ito yung mga requirements ng Bangko Sentral in the establishment of Islamic banks and Islamic banking units. So the public and potential investors are made informed about the requirements, including capital requirements for operating an Islamic bank here in the Philippines. The other circular issued by the BSP is circular number 1070, which contains the requirements and expectations of the Bangko Sentral on Sharia governance framework. Ito pong circular is important because the basic difference of an Islamic bank from a conventional bank is the requirement to comply with Sharia principles. And then subsequently, we have also issued circular number 1116, which contains the requirements of the Bangko Sentral for Sharia-compliant liquidity risk management tools to be used by the Islamic banking players in the country. And the last one is circular number 1139, which provides guidelines on the reportorial requirements of Islamic banks and Islamic banking units. This is also very important because once they operate here in the Philippines, they would have questions on how they can map their transactions into the usual financial reporting package being submitted to the Bangko Sentral. We have also issued a joint circular signed by the Bangko Sentral, the Department of Finance, and the Bangsamoro government for the establishment of a Sharia Supervisory Board in the BARM. And the basic responsibility of the Sharia Supervisory Board is to issue opinions on the Sharia compliance of Islamic products and services that will be offered here in the Philippines. This is very important because we need to ensure also that the products and services that will be offered by Islamic banking institutions are also compliant with Sharia principles. I would like also to highlight that, promoting Islamic finance is beyond the BSP. And so we need to coordinate with other regulatory agencies. So we have created this Islamic Finance Coordination Forum, which is chaired by the Bangko Sentral. I actually chair that forum, and other agencies like the Securities and Exchange Commission, Insurance Commission, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, among others, are also members of the forum. And I would like to mention that the Bureau of Internal Revenue and the Department of Finance have also issued circulars to implement the tax neutrality provision. In essence, that circular provides that Islamic banking products should not be taxed more heavily nor more lightly than their Islamic financial counterparts or conventional products. Lastly, I think last year, the Insurance Commission also issued guidelines on takaful or the Islamic insurance. So all of these things are necessary in order to ensure that we will be able to establish an Islamic finance ecosystem that can operate viably alongside the conventional banking system.
Para po sa inyong dalawa, Assistant Governor Arifa at DG Alim, ano po ang ninanais na kamit ng sektor na ito, itong Islamic finance, upang mapalago pa ang ating ekonomiya?
Para po sa PEZA,
Okay, may I go first? Okay, go ahead, Alim.
Opo.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Assistant Governor.
Go ahead po, ma'am.
Okay. Well, the objective of the Philippine government, and of course, as discussed in the forum, is to establish a level playing field for both conventional and Islamic banking system in the Philippines. By establishing an Islamic banking system, we will be providing the Filipino people, whether Muslims or non-Muslims, alternative financial products that can serve the requirements. And so we have adopted this whole of government approach. For example, we have an MOU with PEZA so that we can partner in promoting Islamic banking and finance in the country. It's also very important that we make use of other tools and venues to promote Islamic banking even outside of our country, because we have also liberalized the banking system in the Philippines, whereby foreign investors can also establish Islamic banks here in the Philippines, either in the form of a branch or a full-fledged Islamic bank. So although the Islamic banking law is very flexible, they have the choice of establishing a full-fledged, meaning the entire institution is an Islamic bank, or the existing conventional banks can also establish their Islamic banking units, which can be a dedicated branch or a unit or department within the conventional banking institution. So that's how the law was built to provide flexibility in promoting and developing Islamic finance in our country.
Po, DDG Alim.
Thank you, Aljo. Tama po yung binanggit ni Atty. Arifa ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Ang best practices namin dito sa Philippine Economic Zone, ang availability ng investment sa isang bansa, halimbawa po sa nanguna naming investment, katulad ng Japan, meron po kami yung pinirmahan ng mga Memorandum of Understanding with 6 other foreign Japanese banks. So we wanted to replicate this model. Ang presence po ng mga foreign Islamic banks sa bansa ay tinitingnan nating anggulo na magkaroon po ng increase yung investment natin na magagaling sa mga Gulf countries, pati na rin po sa mga bansa katulad ng UAE, kung saan may kasalukuyang employment na sa Pilipinas na humigit kumulang 1,466 at nagtatalagang ng total investment 383.4 billion pesos. So, ang presence po ng bangko o access to financing na ibibigay ng Islamic banking po ay makakatulong mapalago ang investment dito sa Philippine Economic Zone Authority. At ang epekto po nito ay magkaroon ng replicated model na kung saan yung mga empleyado o yung mga investors ay mai-increase yung ating access to employment.
Para kay sa iyo, sir, no? Ano po ang paghandang ginagawa ng PEZA? Opo, sa inaasang pagdating ng mga foreign investments matapos ang pagdalo naman ng Pangulong Marcos Jr. sa World Economic Forum?
Nakahanda po ang mga investment promotion agency katulad namin po sa Philippine Economic Zone Authority na suportahan yung nagawang mission ni Presidente Bongbong Marcos Jr. sa World Economic Forum. Nakahanda po tayo na kausapin yung mga investors na merong pledges. Either we welcome them here in the Philippines na bisitahin yung ating mga locators or ating mga developers, around 421 of them in the different parts of the country. Or kami rin po ay handang pumunta sa Switzerland para po i-follow up yung investment ng mga nakausap na Presidente at ng kanyang delegasyon.
Kumusta ang estado ng halal hub sa ating bansa, sir?
We are preparing for it, Aljo. Meron tayong naisagawa ng Memorandum of Understanding with the Mindanao Development Authority. Kasama rin po dito ang National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, pati na rin po ng Southern Philippine Development Authority, kung saan inaaral natin yung 18 proposed location ng halal hub sa bansa. Kung maalala po natin, binanggit ni Presidente sa kanyang First State of the Nation address na ang bihikulo ng countryside development ay pwede rin sa pamamaraan ng pagtatalaga ng mga economic zones. So we are looking forward to establish around 18 economic zones in the countryside. Kasama po dito ang Bukidnon, Agusan del Norte, Davao City, Sultan Kudarat, Maguindanao, Zamboanga, at pati na rin po North Cotabato. So we will be working closely with the other agencies that have the similar interest to promote eco zones, particularly pagtatalaga ng halal hubs.
Mensahe na lang po, Ma'am Attorney, ikaw pong mauna, Assistant Governor Arifa.
Yes, Aljo. I would like to inform the public that the BSP would like to establish an Islamic banking system that can operate viably alongside the conventional banks. We want also to have a banking system where diverse players can thrive, and the single regulatory framework of the Bangko Sentral and the entire government agencies involved in promoting Islamic banking and finance helps provide a level playing field for all players in the Philippines. As we move forward with our information drive, we expect more Filipinos to better understand and appreciate Islamic banking and finance. And we look forward to to having an Islamic banking finance ecosystem that can also advance the financial inclusion agenda of the government. I would like also to highlight that Islamic banking and finance is not exclusive to Muslims. It is available to all. For Muslims, of course, they can take advantage of products that can serve their specific requirements, but for non-Muslims, it can be an alternative financial products or services. Also, if you look at the other Southeast Asian countries, they have advanced their Islamic finance system, and looking at their information and database, even non-Muslims patronize Islamic banking and finance simply because of the business model of sharing of profits and loss. So we want also to have that kind of products available to all Filipinos, whether Muslims or non-Muslims. Maraming salamat po.
Opo. DDG Alim.
Aljo, maraming salamat muli sa imbitasyon. Ang kasalukuyang pong market ng Islamic finance, pati na rin po ng halal industry sa buong mundo, ay tumatalagang around 7.2 trillion US dollars. In 2028, it is expected to grow to around 11.2 trillion US dollars. At para po sa IPA, Investment Promotion Agency, katulad ng Philippine Economic Zone Authority, we wanted to position ourselves to be one of the best choice option for other countries to invest. And katulad po na aming mga plataforma sa nakaraang mission na we had in the United States, pati na rin po sa Switzerland, we wanted to position PEZA as your investment haven in Southeast Asia. And we're looking forward to have a market share of the numbers that we have mentioned para po mapalago ang ating ekonomiya, lalong-lalo na po sa iba't ibang parte ng rehiyon. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat sa inyong oras, Attorney Arifa Ala, Assistant Governor ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, at DDG Alim Siddiqui Gyapal ng PEZA.
Thank you, Aljo.